Okay, Facebook Live producer can do one today. For some reason today, every time I try to go live with Live Producer, my screen just flickers off and on the whole time I'm doing it. Unfortunately, it won't let me revert. Every time I try and revert back to the normal way of doing it, the old way of doing it, it just brings me back to Live Producer. So I'm going to give it a go. When I watched the last one through, it didn't seem to show the flicker at your end. If you are watching this, I'd love to know if you can see me flickering. All I can see is like, if you're watching like a film, like a ghost film or something, like a horror film, and when you see something supernatural, like they do this like flickering effect, it looks like that. It's really weird. Anyway, I shall try to carry on. It'll probably, it's better, it's good because it'll force me to look at the camera instead of looking at myself, which I've got a really bad habit of doing because it's really off-putting. Anyway, today, day 19 of our daily positive steps. I wanted to chat to you about silence. So before I dive into that, I just wanted to explain a little bit about what this is if you haven't come across these daily lives that I'm doing before. So as I say, this is day 19. I've been going live every day, Monday to Friday, just with a quick 5 to 10 minute live about something positive that you can sort of implement now, that you can do now to help your business. Some of them are business specific, but actually the majority are more general and just little tips and tricks that I've found that help me to kind of stay on top, to keep a strong mindset, to stay positive, to stay organized. So yes, they all do in some way help your business, and some are more directly than others. But and I've said this a few times, I'm a big believer that what's going on outside of your business in your life will have an impact on your business. So if things are good in general, probably that's going to, your business will be good too. If they're not, that's going to affect your business. So a lot of this is around making sure that everything else is good. So that your business can be good too. So today, as I say, I wanted to chat to you about silence. Oh, another thing quickly. Before, if you haven't watched any of the others and you would like to, they're all available in the video section of this page. So days 1 to 18 are there ready for you to dive into. Okay, for real this time, silence. So the reason I wanted to chat about silence was because something that's kind of occurred to me over the last few weeks. I've been trying to develop a better habit of meditating. So I've done it on and off over the last few years, but never really turned it into a habit. It was just something I kind of dipped in and out of. But whenever I have, I always found it really helpful. So I've been trying to develop that habit so that it becomes something that I sort of naturally do every day. I'm currently on a run streak of 21, so super proud of myself. But one thing that has happened, one thing I've noticed is that kind of practice of just sitting quietly. I do it for 10 minutes a day, so not long, has had a couple of actually kind of opposite effects. So let me explain what I mean. Or benefits, should I say. So one of them is, those times when you feel a bit blocked in your business, you're kind of a bit stuck, perhaps a bit lacking in ideas, don't really know what to do next. That kind of thing, which happens to us all at the best of times. It could be not sure what to write, content wise. It could be just where you've got this kind of block, this lack of inspiration. You're perhaps sort of out of flow, and it feels a bit of an effort. One thing that I have found is during those little short periods of silence, you're giving your mind a break. You're giving your mind some space to let in inspiration. And I have found that often while I'm sitting there, focusing on my breath and just sort of being quiet, that's when little little thoughts pop in, little ideas, little flashes of inspiration. So give it a try. If you are there right now and you're feeling a bit blocked, you're a bit lacking in inspiration, give your mind some space, because often that's all it needs. In our day-to-day lives where we're all rushing about and busy, 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 often it is just a case of giving yourself some space. That thing where often if you've got a problem, if you just sort of leave it and go on to something else for a while, your brain's sort of working away in the background trying to figure it out for you. And the more you can do to help it, the better. So by actually just kind of stopping and letting it do its thing, that can be really helpful. So that's one big benefit that I found, is that just giving your mind sort of space for inspiration. The second thing, and this is what I mean by the opposite, is during those times when you are full of ideas, and so much so that it's perhaps overwhelming, and you struggle to know where to start, or you kind of can't keep up with them, or you feel like you're letting ideas go to waste because you're not ever getting round to them. And it's that kind of like overwhelming sense of like, oh, there's so much stuff I want to do and I don't really know where to start, if only I had more time, and all of that kind of stuff. It really helps with that too. So what I found there is that when I've kind of got that going on, again, just taking that step back and giving your mind some space allows you to organize your thoughts, to prioritize your thoughts, to collect your thoughts, to actually think your thoughts consciously rather than just having them, this kind of unconscious jumble of ideas going on at the back of your head while you're trying to focus on other things, if that makes sense. Again, if that's you, then try it. It's all about just giving your mind some space, and giving yourself some space. So I really, really recommend it. If it's not something that you've tried before, it doesn't have to be meditation, but just taking, 10 minutes a day to just have some quiet time, to just sit without focusing on anything, without, just let yourself sit and have some quiet time, sit in silence and see what happens in your mind, see what giving yourself some space will do for you. So I hope that was helpful. I would love to know, if you're watching this, whether you can see this same weird flickering that I can. I hope you can't. It's very off-putting. I hope it goes away for tomorrow. But yes, that is my daily positive step for today. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I shall be back again tomorrow. Take care.